end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Not a great start, dropping his first target.
That guy beat by 1,000.
Because he'll get opportunities to make up
throughout
this game.
No, this guy is
on 3rd down, Love.
Oh my, Jordan Love, you're done. I swear to God, first chance I get, you're gone. You're off the team. Oh shit, bad punt.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away.
You're off the team, bud.
And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Rodgers now on 1st down. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Play fake. Here's Love. And complete once again to Watson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Love, they go play action now. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Throwing. Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quay Walker. Now inside the 25. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Now Carlson for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And for the 4th time tonight. It's an interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. He's on his way. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On first down, Rodgers. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And the ball comes out. Love lost it, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position. You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Hardman to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Rodgers now on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Lazard will go in motion right. First down, here's the run with Cook. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 49 yards. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing is Rodgers. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did. Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's complete to Cook. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook, 39 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off the play fake, Love. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Okay, right?
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Play action this time with Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. On play action. Love to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The throw over the middle taken in. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers to throw once more. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson, and he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Out to the right here to Wilson.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. To throw, it's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap.
And now here is another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hardman on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with.